became the man of her dreams. Now, you are no longer married. You've been divorced for what, 2 years?
2 years.
Okay, I'll get to that in just a minute. Tell us how you met originally.
Originally, I was in 9th grade. He was in 8th. We were in chorus together.
Wow.
I thought of him as a brat, sort of. So
One of those younger men, right?
Oh, yeah. No, we're the same age. He was back a grade. I had been advanced a grade.
Right.
But we were mainly friends when we first met, and then I moved up to the high school. He stayed in junior high, so we were still just distant friends then. And he came up for 10th grade. I was in 11th, and I saw him, and I wanted him. And,
oh, that's honest of you. So you were sweethearts after the high school. He entered the service, right?
Right.
And it took a lot of moving around, and it ain't easy, is it?
No.
Where was he sent?
First of all, we graduated together. He took some extra courses to graduate from high school, and he went to San Diego. And my parents moved from Mississippi to Georgia, so I went with them, mainly because I had been in a military family. My father was in the military, so I knew what that was like. And I wanted to be stable while he was who knows where.
Right.
And then I would see him occasionally. But a month after we graduated, we found out we were pregnant. So he was gone for that, too.
Now, there's something you should know. You decided to run away and secretly get married when you were 18. Did anybody know about this?
No.
You never told anyone, but the two of you secretly ran away and got married.
Right.
Okay.
We felt like the only people that needed to know were he and I.
That's all?
We were the only important ones that...
So you didn't live together because no one knew, and you got pregnant, and you had a new marriage, a new baby, only 18. What'd your mother think of all this?
Let's say she wasn't too thrilled. That's a nice word to use, I suppose. She wasn't really thrilled anyway about me being with him, even just dating him, because she felt like I was too serious at too young of an age. And of course, Mother...
She didn't know it was too late.
Well, true.
Yeah.
But,
have you ever lived together for any length of time as husband and wife?
not for a long length of time, no, because by the time we were able to, things were just... I'd lived with my parents for too long, and things just went too far.
So you two got divorced 2 years ago, right?
Right.
Then why are you calling each other now? You've been divorced for 2 years. What's going on?
I thought of him just out of the blue. I decided to call him, and it took him a while to cool out and accept me again. He was a little mad because I had divorced him, and it took a little convincing on my part that he should give me another try. So that's what we're working on now.
Now, you know he was supposed to join us today, and he was called by the Navy to report. And by the way, it is a pleasure to bring the two of you together, and we wish you the best of luck. Like Bill and Kimberly, Michael hasn't seen the woman he loves. Her name is Yolanda, in over 2 years. Yolanda will be out in just a minute. Michael, how did you two meet?
Well, I was, like Bill, I was in the military, and stationed in Puerto Rico.
Where?
Roosevelt Roads.
Rosie Roads.
Yeah,
okay.
Rosie Roads, Puerto Rico, yeah.
Yes.
And I was in security there, and she came up to the gate to get a pass. And as soon as I saw her, it was like angels, you know, just flying all over the place. Yeah, you know, that Puerto Rico sky just opened up in the sunshine, and she
Wait, did we say men weren't romantic? Wasn't this a little conversation we were just having? You were transferred out of Rosie Roads to California. What happened? No girl?
Well, we made plans together to leave Puerto Rico. However, she changed the plans on me. She got a new job, and she felt like, well, I need to get established in this job. Well, I left Puerto Rico earlier than expected, and I asked her to come with me.
And she didn't come?
She did not come. She did
How
not
long
come.
ago was this?
2 years ago.
Have you been, a grown-up man like you, been carrying that torch for 2 years?
I sure did. In a way, yeah. I'm in Southern California now, you know, what do you think? But I still have that torch inside, and we've been trying continuously to get together.
Wait, if she's gone, is she Puerto Rican?
Is she where?
Is she Puerto Rican?
Yes, she is.
Is she going to stay in her home on her island with her parents, or is she going to go with you?
Oh, well, wait a minute now. See, she transferred She left and went to Florida for a new job.
Oh.
That was good news.
So we got her off the island anyhow.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was good news for me. But she couldn't come and be with me in California after I made the reservations. I made all the reservations to fly her out to California, and she says, I can't come because my daughter's having her first baby, and I have to go back to Puerto Rico to be with her.
All right, now wait a minute. Have you ever proposed marriage to this lady?
On my hands and knees.
And what did she, how many times have you proposed?
I can't count. It was about 6 or 7, 10, 17.
17 times? You got to get off your knees.
On the phone. On the phone. And it was a back and forth thing, too.
What did she say when you proposed to her?
Well, at first she was like, okay, sure, let's do it, okay. But then she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. She didn't know if that's what I wanted. She didn't want to come all the way out to California, and I changed my mind.
Actually, it was the other way around. No, I was working at a sporting goods store, and he came in, and I was answering phones, and he walked past, and I looked at him, and then he looked at me, and he smiled, and then he just came over, and he talked to me, and we talked, and he gave me his number, and we went out like a couple days after.
Okay. How long did you date?
6 months.
And you got engaged when?
Before I left Hawaii.
All right. What is the problem now?
Distance.
He's where?
He's in California.
And where are you?
Chicago.
Uh-huh. Then how are you going to carry on a relationship?
Just got to try. That's the only thing I could say. There's just trust and faith and...
Now, all this happened in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd see this guy again?
What,
After you left Hawaii?
Well, yeah, I hoped, but I haven't seen him yet.
Something very special happened before you returned home. What was that?
He asked me to marry him. Yeah.
What's been the hardest part of being apart from Dwayne?
I think the hardest part is just the simple things that people take for granted, when they're in a relationship, like seeing each other every day. Stuff like...
Can't you two get to the same town?
No, it's so hard.
You can't.
Because of my phone bill. My phone bill is $1,000 odd.
You mean you can't leave town till you've got it cleared up your phone bill?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was $500 the first month that I got back. We've been apart like 3 months, but total it's been $1,000. Yeah. And I'm going into the Air Force now, so I'm gonna be leaving soon. And he's going into the police academy, and that's in California. So we got to meet up.
If you live in New Hampshire.
Yep.
Where in New Hampshire?
In Nashua, New Hampshire. Nashua?
Nashua, New Hampshire. He lives in merry old England. He couldn't be with us today, but he's joining us thanks to the BBC. We owe them one on satellite. David?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine.
Let me come around where I can see you. Kim, let me start with you. England's a long way away.
Yeah.
How did you meet David?
We're involved in an organization called Drum Corps, and it's
Is he in one drum corps and you're in another drum
from England,
corps?
and I'm in the one from New Hampshire.
And you're in the drum corps from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Do you both play the same kind of drum?
Well, we play bugles.
Bugles in the drum corps.
Yeah.
And so his drum corps ran into your drum corps?
Yeah, they went on tour with us over the summer. They went where we went.
David, what did you think the first time you saw Kim?
Well, must have been about 40 horn players there, and there's one pretty girl.
Is he speaking English?
Yeah.
Sorry, David. I just like to do that. Kim, were you looking to find a special bugler? I mean, what was it about David that attracted you?
I don't know. Well, over the summer, I was dating someone, so it was kind of, I didn't want to meet anyone because they lived so far away. But then I met Dave, and I was just like, oh, okay.
David, what's the hardest part of being so far away? Do you have very long phone bills? Like we have a $1,000 phone bill here.
Yeah.
You do?
Very long, yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you think that she speaks funny?
Pardon?
Do you? There's my answer.
Yeah, she
Kim,
does.
do you
Very
think a
strong.
relationship like this, built on bugling, can last?
Yeah, I think it can.
You think it can?
Yeah.
David,
Yeah.
you're having no problem at this time of night? I know it's quite late in London, right?
Oh.
Sally,
Yeah.
this is Kit. We lost the satellite.
Thank you, Kit.
Oh.
Kit, what time is it there?
It's 5 hours ahead of us.
What?
It's 8 o'clock there. 8 p.m.
Yeah, if it's
8 o'clock at in London. Did we have this satellite for a certain given time, or is this company springing for the entire length of the interview, which is like 3 minutes or something? What happened?
Now, we've got the time's booked, but we've got some kind of interference. I don't know where it's coming from. We'll clear it up as soon as we can.
Thank you. Kim, what do you miss about not having David close to you?
just talking to him and everything about, you know.
Right. Marcia, what happened?
That's right, Sally. After my husband passed away back in '92, I pretty much was raising my children by myself. And I decided to buy a computer for a social life. And I was cruising the internet one day.
Cruising the internet.
Cruising the internet. And I ended up in the Romance Connection, where Daryl found me in the Romance Connection. We started talking on the computer, and shortly after, he said, "Why don't you call me?" And I said, "Fine." Okay, so I called him up, and
Isn't
we
it
spoke.
cheaper to email than it is to call? Or
Well, yeah, but it's not the same. It's nice to hear someone's voice, especially when they're
have
hitting
you
it off
fallen
so
in
well.
love with him?
You can only email so
Yes,
much.
yes,
Has he fallen in love with you?
yes, he has, Sally. We
What
really
is it
enjoy each
about
other's
his
company.
style that has made you fall in love with him?
Well, basically, he has accepted me and my children as a family unit. And
Have you ever seen him?
yes, I have.
When did you see him?
The last time I saw him was back in November. And it's just a special time every time we're together.
I'm so glad you've seen each other, because sometimes when people haven't, they come on the program and it makes... You have been listening to the stories of these couples. Can you tell us about each one? Let's start with Bill and Kimberly. They were married, divorced, somebody got in the middle.